Welcome to Stang Baby Foam. Today we're going to show you how to modify a Nerf dart tag 4th generation. I've already taken out all the screws, so we're just going to take it apart here. When you take off the left shell of the slider, there'll be a little pin in there. It's right there. You'll need to make sure that that doesn't come out. It'll make putting it together a lot easier. So now you're just going to take off the back shell. And there are 2 more screws that you have to take out once you take all the shells off. Okay, so now, forgot to take the last bottom shell off. Now we're going to take the whole gun apart. So this is what it looks like inside. Today we're going to be removing the air restrictors, and I have a handmade clothes hanger spring. I might show you how to make those some other time. They're really easy to make, and it just adds a little extra boost. So now we're going to take the plunger apart and take out the air restrictor. It's actually very hard to do on this gun. You actually have to go through the front instead of through the back because of how the gun's built. So you actually have to snap off the little plus inside, if you know what I'm talking about. You have to go in through the top and break that off. Not very easy to do. And actually I think I got it. So now once you get that out, you're going to take a very small screwdriver, and you can see where that plus was. You're going to set it right there, and you're just going to punch through there I'm going to use the back handle of my screwdriver because I don't have a hammer in here, but I'd use a hammer. It's a lot easier that way. Almost through. I'm going to get a flat screwdriver and it'll go through a little easier. So as you can see, this has a flat top on it, so hopefully I'll be able to hit it a little better here. Just going to line it up right where the other one was, and got something else to hit with here. Give me a second. These are a little heavier. If you have a hammer, I'd recommend that. Make it a whole lot easier on yourself. I don't know why I didn't get one. I don't know what I was thinking. There we go. So it just went through. So if you can see down there, it's got a little hole in it. So now we're going to put it all back together. Yeah, so that big spring I was talking about earlier, it's not going to fit. I thought about that earlier. I might put it in a different pistol. I don't know. So now, when you put it back together, I figured out it's a little easier to flip it over because of how it goes together. So I'm going to put in the tri-slot dart holder, so you can see that down here. Put that in, and then we're going to go ahead and put this last shell on that holds all the mechanisms together. And I almost forgot, before we do this, we just needed to go ahead and turn it completely over and pull it off this way, because this right here, it's on this side, and it's really hard to put together that way. So we're going to go ahead and move it over here and take our nice plier hammers, go ahead and tap that in so it doesn't come out. That'll really help you. So now we need to go ahead and put everything back together on this side. This little spring is very important. It sets up on a little eyelet up here. I mainly did this to show you if your gun completely flies apart, because I've had that happen before and it's not fun if you don't know how it came apart. So it sits on that little eyelet right there. Then I hope you can remember where the plunger system was in your barrel. If you can, I don't know why you're taking it apart in your Nerf gun. So that goes there. And we're going to take, pin just fell out of that shell I was talking about. Clearly I didn't get it in good enough. Okay, I got it. So there's a hole right there, it sets in there. I might have to hot glue that in eventually. But when you build this, the spring has to go on a hook with the plunger when you pull it back, so the handle, or the handle slides forward. Not the handle, like what you pull back with on the gun. You know what I'm talking about. Go ahead and set this under the gun and get that bolt to come through there. Should set just like that, if you can see that. My trigger assembly just came out. Put that back together. So now we're going to take this and stretch it from that bolt up to that little piece I showed you earlier. If your hands are a little greasy from when you took the plunger apart, it may be a little hard, but it should just slip right over. So now you're good to put the other shell on. Just make sure everything's on the same side so stuff doesn't fall and mess you all up. So now this cover is going to go over. And sometimes the bolt will be sitting a little cockeyed because there's pressure on it. So you just kind of have to line everything up. And there's rails along the plunger tube. Make sure those are in these slots right here along the side of the gun. Otherwise it's not going to work very well. Your gun will fly apart. So as you can see, that other end of that bolt is sticking out right there, right up here. So now I just put this on right away because if it flies out, it is just not fun at all. So put that on. Now your gun will pull back. Don't pull back all the way and load it in case it flies apart, and then stuff will be everywhere. So got my little shot glass of screws here, and we're going to start putting it back together. And I wouldn't recommend it, but if you do lose 1 or 2 screws, you should be okay. You just want to make sure you have enough to hold the gun together. Most of these are made so it's overdone in case there are some that fall out or break or whatever. So then you have these yellow shells. Some people leave them off, and you have to do some modifications to it. But you can leave it just how it is, like this, wide open. I'm not going to do that. I don't like how it looks. You can see the plunger and stuff, and it's not as well put together if you leave these out, I don't think. Okay, there we go. As you can see, we're back where we started with a nice dark tag 4-gun. We're going to take the rest of our screws and set them in their slots and tighten them, and it should be ready to go. So now we're just going to tighten all these up and we should be done, and then I'll shoot it for you. Actually, I'm probably not going to shoot it for you because I don't have a dart up here, and I don't think you guys would want me to just cut out of a video and let you stand here for a couple of minutes. So, I'll show you that it works. May add on later at shooting, but if I do decide to do that, it'll be in the description, the link below. And that should be all of them. Make sure they're nice and tight. And yeah, that's good. And some people do this, they like to take the spring out and stretch it. They think it makes it a little bit more powerful. I didn't do anything like that today. So thanks guys, bye. This is Stang Baby Foam.